Okay, hello everyone. Good day. I hope everyone have a wonderful day. Please consider subscribing to the channel. Give a like or dislike. Actually, it does not matter to YouTube as long as it's interaction. So, Claude has released weekly limits. This has happened 5 hours ago. There was actually a little bit of talk. Someone leaked some information about this 2 days ago. I'm not sure if they had to release this because the information got leaked. But actually, was not really new. People kind of expected this, and some people entered some kind of like Q&A, so they had some kind of idea what's gonna happen. Anyway, let's just look into what actually happening. Now, they also released this one on X. People really not much happy with what's going on. But we actually here to understand what's going on. I can see here people are gonna say unsubscribe, not unsubscribe, gonna say you can just gonna leave for something else. But let's understand what's really happening and read the announcement because that's what actually matters. In late August, so in August we're gonna have I wrote some notes, so we're gonna go deep into what's going on. What's the announcement? In late August, we introduced a weekly rate limit for Claude subscriber affecting less than 5% of user base current usage pattern. So they did some analysis who are going to be affected with this, and they found out it's going to be 5% of the usage. I'm not really sure about any what they are saying. I do not trust them, to be honest, but we'll just keep going. While Pro and Max offer generous cloud access, that would be correct. Some advanced users have been running cloud code continuously 24 hours. Consumer resources far beyond typical usage. This is actually so true. This is cloud accounts, kind of like leaderboard. You can see people paying $200 bucks for the max or 20x max, and they're using API usage for 22K. 14K, and you can see there's quite a lot of people. This is kind of like quite a bit of people here. Our one user consumed tens of thousands in model usage on 200 plan. So this is pretty much correct. Here's correct. The 5% user base, I'm not sure. Though we are delivering a solution for these advanced use cases. So this is kind of like temporary limit. They need to do this because they bring so much money. Our new rate limit will ensure a more equitable experience for all users who also preventing policy violation, like policy violation, like account sharing and reselling access. So it seems people using the account by selling it, or sharing. We take this decision seriously. We committed to supporting long-running use cases through other option in the future. But until then, weekly limit will help us maintain reliable service for everyone. As you can see, there was shortage, and the API actually got disconnected for some times, especially in the last couple of weeks. It's kind of horrible experience. Also, there's performance issue that's happening. You can see in the Reddit, people quite complaining. The model are no longer pretty smart. I actually was using it like 1 month ago, more than 1 month ago, and I noticed that personally the AI has become a little bit not very smart. Let's go just into details and everything. So the change is gonna happen in August 28th. And the affected plan gonna be Cloud Pro 20 months and 100 month and 200 month max. In my personal reading and understanding everything, this weekly limit is gonna hurt mostly the 200 monthly plan, and it's gonna be just not much noticeable change for 100 and 220 month plan. In my opinion, 100 month plan is the most suitable right now for people who are not really crazy. Like they want to use it for work, they want to build things individual. I would have not really insane, that I would say. It's gonna affect less than 5%, which is mostly the max crazy people, 200. we have 5 hour session limit. So you do not really spam and do not spend so much ABA token in short period of time. So you have 5 hour limit. This was previously there. Now the new one is going to be weekly limit that reset every 7 days. Let's see how these limits gonna happen. So for the Pro plan, that's $20. You're gonna have 40 to 80 hours each week. So around 2 days to 3 days of daily usage. For Opus 4, you will not be able to use Opus 4 with plan for the $20. You're only gonna use one prompt, then you're gonna hit with session limit. So this is not really. Pro plan will not be able to use Opus 4. It's just not, no way. For Max, for 100 and $200, you're gonna have 24 hours for Opus to 40 hours. I believe for 5 max and 20 max. So 5 max probably you'll get 24 to 40, and 200 max 20 to, and $200 they will get double that. So it's actually not. So in the planning they say it's 5x, and the $200 gonna get 20x. But in reality, for the weekly, it seemed not. They are not very clear. They are quite vague. I tried to look, but this is what I found. So you're gonna get obvious 1 day of usage to 2 days of usage, and if you're probably using $200, you're probably gonna get 2 to 3 days. So it's not really much. Obvious basically got nerfed. You no longer can spam Opus so much. If you want more Opus, they introducing API usage rate, so you can pressure more API usage rate for Opus. So basically, we no longer can use Opus in our plan. We're gonna be only using Sonnet for most of our coding session. Opus is not gonna be optional, and it's not gonna be useful for a long session, and so that's the weekly rate. It's basically gonna nerf the 200 month and gonna nerf the Opus. And it's basically they want you to subscribe $100 for the monthly, and use Sonnet 4. If you want to use the $20 for Sonnet 4, you're gonna hit limits so fast. It's not very useful for any kind of project. I personally tried $20 and I could not really work on my project. It always hits with the session limit. So only option is right now for the user is $100 using Sonnet 4. How these are hours calculated actually? It actually once you, so right now I am idle, right? I'm not using anything. Just I give him code, added a few things. Now I'm not doing anything. This will not count into your into the hours stuff. Once you start typing actually, even you before he hits enter. Once you start typing, then once you enter the command, this when the hour will start counting. If the AI take 30 minutes, this is will count it like 0.5 of your hours. They say depending, of course, this information it's not pretty. They do not give you this information like this. This is trying to search things up and trying to find what they're saying. Of course, they're saying like in the heavy usage time, the calculation time could be different. So we do not really have clear idea how they calculate in these kind of hours. They also, you can see they put you 40 to 80 hours, like two. This is kind of like double the amount, and you can see 240 to 48 hours. So this is kind of insane range. So they are not, they deliberately trying not to be clear. They're trying to be vague. So why is this happening? This is targeting the 24-hour background usage, who just let it run in the background, just go sleep. People who abuse Cloud Card, also people who run multiple instances. In the Sonnet for $100, you will be able to run Cloud Sonnet for all day for one instance only, because we can work 34 hours to 60 hours a day. So we can run one instance and sometimes run two instances. So that will be okay for Sonnet 4 to run two instances at max. but more than 2 instances, it's not going to be, you're going to hit your weekly limit. It's here I tried to look for AI and told me when the session starts. So basically when you start typing your first message, that's when your session starts. So that's when the clock starts. It's the session mean every 5 hours. Yeah, this is like breakdown. The previous old system 5 hours, gonna stay the same. We're gonna get new weekly cap and also new Opus special cap. Also available for Max user, they're gonna get API rates. So basically, in summary, I want to summarize this. In August 28th, we're gonna get weekly remit. This weekly remit gonna target Opus 4 mostly. And the people who subscribe to $100 to abuse Opus 4, and people who run multiple instances for using Claude code in the background. This is going to be fine for people who just normal people who code daily for their project, but use it heavily, like analysis for their project, big project that they can analyze. This will be fine for using one instance and sometimes using 2 instances for special cases. Overall, the best option is going to be $100 each month. That's my conclusion. I hope you learned something. Let's see another one. Bye.